Hello everyone, today I'm sharing our group program is about 2019 to 2020 Black Summer bushfires. My name is Qishan Yao and my partners are Wenqian Xue and Yidan Ma. There I have 5 parts of the contents. Introduction and emergency scenario analysis, site analysis, inhabitant analysis, theories, methods, and their precedents. And the last one is design response proposals. The background forest fire are no longer just seasonal natural disasters. They have become national emergencies with far-reaching environmental, health, and cultural impacts. There are 3 bushfire events in Australia. 2019 public health crisis due to black summer fire smoke, and the 2025 Grampians Little Deserts Fire, and 2019 to 20 Black Summer bushfires. So it's already very serious in Australia. And there I have 2 data table. The first one is wildfires versus destroyed area. So we can see the Australia data is very high compared to other countries. And the second one is the wildfire occurrence in different Australia states. We can see whether it's bird area and destroy homes. The damage caused by the 2020 Black Summer bushfires was very greatest. And we can learn more about the Black Summer bushfires through a video.
Between 2019 and 2020, Australia faced one of its most devastating natural disasters in recent history, the Black Summer wildfires. This catastrophic series of fires began in September 2019 and continued until March 2020, burning through vast areas across the southeastern parts of the country. The wildfires affected New South Wales, Victoria, and South Australia, with some of the most intense fires occurring from December 2019 to January 2020. Australia is no stranger to bushfires, but the scale and intensity of these fires were unprecedented. The fires scorched approximately 24.3 million hectares, 60 million acres of land, an area larger than many countries. The blazes resulted in the destruction of thousands of homes and buildings, causing significant loss of life and property. By the end of the fire season, the official death toll included 33 people directly from the fires, with additional deaths attributed to smoke inhalation and related health issues.
And over the Austral summer of the 2019 to 20, uncontrolled wildfire bushfire burned extensive areas of natural and modified habitats in Australia. Spot fires began to July 2019, expanded greatly in extensity and geographical extent over the summer, and by June 2020 have the total area affected could be as high as 39 million hectares, including multiple fires and low intensity areas. And impact on Gunai Kunai. Land and ecology fires hit Gunai Kunai hard, affecting about 13% of Gunai Kunai's traditional territory and cultural sites. Hundreds of unrecorded and registered scared sites and cultural artifacts directly destroyed or at risk. Community psychology and cultural identity. Loss of link to ancestral lands deeply traumatic. And bushfire characteristics in some area, flame reach 70 meters high, and the bushfire season latest for over 6 months, over 24 million hectares. The impact on traditional lifestyle. The Gunakuna rely on activities such as hunting and gathering and fishing in the forest, not only for sustenance but as important uh, cultural practice and rituals. Impact on spiritual beliefs. The Gunakuna belief system is grounded in respect for nature and the spirits of their ancestors. The impact on connect to night. The night holds emotional, legal, and spiritual meanings.
Okay, let me introduce you to the Gisland, a large and diverse region in eastern Victoria, rich in culture and natural resource. It runs from regular across to the Snowy River. It's got mountains up north and the ocean down south. The traditional owners of this land are the Gaganocha people. Their culture covers a huge area, including inland hills and the mountains, and it extends to the coast. Some parts of their native tail even extend up to 20 meters out into the sea. The Gaganocha land includes mountains, rivers, forests, wetland, and the coastlines. It's a diverse natural environment because of its mix of terrain. The Black Summer bushfires are especially hard to measure in the region. And then the land includes forest strip and the wetland with space like the regions on the PowerPoint that runs easily in dry season. Many local ecosystems rely on the surface or underground water, but just rainfall. When these systems break down, the culture practice like their traditional fire management methods, culture burning are also impressed. And then water driver weather is also a danger for the little animals in the Gippsland. And especially when the fire hit during the breed season due to things like hot wells and dry lightning. Gippsland usually has a temperature increment with clear seasons, but during the black summer, extreme hurt and danger pushes fire danger to record levels. Days over 40 and the dry winds and lightning scrape cross fire to scrape fast. Climate change makes these events more common and harder to manage. Today, genuinely traditional lands are now used for a mixed things: nature parks, forest, farmers, farms, and script stands. Some important areas are also to let the local people and the government, like the July WAC and other management, to common managed. Right now, main land use include conservation, farming, housing, cultural areas, and logging. Through logging is a better conversation and face some oppositions. And there also are 5 major challenges for the people how to manage their lands. The core of conflict management lies not in who owns the land, but in who define how to use the land. The transfers between culture practice ecosystems and the land economy is also where design integration comes in.
Next part is inhabitant analysis. Firstly, community cultural background. For Gunai people, country is more than land. It has spirit, land, rivers, sea. It holds ancestors and stories. They keep this link thought language, ceremonies, family, and land care. Cultural fire shows people and nature work together. Today, Guac lands water work and gives traditional owners a voice. They believe country can feel and respond. Country gives them culture, health, and care for the land. Cultural burning is an old way Gunai Kwanai care for land. It heals nature, protects states, and keep knowledge alive. They use smell, low heat fires, right fire, right time, right way. The 2020 fire shows its value. It keeps people and lands connected. In 2010, native title confirmed Gunai Kwanai rights. Langora one mixes old knowledge with science. Duak teaches young people. Old knowledge helps care for country. The political and historical background. In the 1800s, Clagnesis came. Gunai Kwanai lost land, culture, and lives. True harms was hidden. Many events were not recorded. Loss of lands and seas still bring pain. History still make reclaiming land and cultural land. Old laws saw culture as fixed PBCs nor help but start weak. New laws give more power to restore knowledge. More risks remain. Today's systems come from years of change and indigenous work. Native title helps Gunai Kwanai in land care and culture. They use joint management and right people for country. To care for land, protect culture, and mix old and new knowledge. About consideration of volunteer groups. In these lands, old people, children, and disabled people face big wildfire risks. Many locals are old, but care is limited. After Black Summer, kids had streets, and moving older or disabled people were hard. Future plans should give Gunai Kwanai a bigger ruler and better serve space for these groups. In these lands, old people, kids, and disabled people had big health risks in Black Summer fires. Smoke made risks PM 2.5 was very bad. Refuge palace did not meet Gunai Kwanai needs. In the future, we need sulfur. Is there palace for these groups? Last part is long-term climate impact. In the past 10 to 20 years, fires and droughts increased. Gunai Kwanai people now use more cultural burning. Some families moved. New houses are sulfur. Events avoid fire season. Old people and kids need more care in hearts and smoke. These lands had more wildfires. Fires damage cultural palace and spirit. Longer fire seasons change cultural activities. Young people see country in new ways. Guac teaches skills to care for land. The community work together. Young people are learning to learn.
The theories informs the use of the cultural burns techniques as a core elements of the fire management design, ensuring that inventions are consistent with the indigenous ecological knowledge and support the spiritual and cultural relationship between the Gunai Kwanai people and their land. And the method we used the double diamond. The precedents, I found two cases The first one is a temple glad house in Blue Mountain, used of the wooden and metal fire resistance materials in the box structure. The second one is bushfire resistance house. The use of the fire resistance stone, high footings, floor roofs, and simple elevations to reduce fire risk.
Here is one perfect example. Let me tell you, is the Fortis house, which is defined recent and applicable with a modern design that suits everything from steep seats to suburban house. Its wide opening bring in the nature light and the air form, keeping it closely connected to the environment. This is Fire QA. Well, it is a smart app that systemized fire safe inscription, make it easier to check system strong record and set reports. It's mainly used in city now, but it could be adapted to support in dangerous economies, include cultural burning and eco-basic fire management.
This case is a Bushfire.io. It is a real-time alerts app for fires, floods, and storms in Australia, the US, and Canada. It was made after the big fires in 2019 to 2020 for Indigenous communities in Australia. This app helps them protect their land and stay safe. The design focuses on clear visual map and persona alerts. People can see hotspots, wind, and weather easily. They can also set alerts to match their own needs and lifestyle. The app has a 4.4 rating. Users like it because it is clear and fast. Some say that larger areas need better setting. This shows how good design can help different communities, including indigenous groups, to deal with distress and stay strong.
Then the final is the options for us. Well, I give the 4 options for the later design. But after all, the corner strength of design goes beyond the crisp product. It needs to focus on recording knowledge, farmer work, coconut culture methods, and building more resilient living systems through the corruption.
Here have 2 design proposals: integrating architecture, indigenous knowledge, and interactive design to support bushfire resilience for the Gunaikwanai community in Zeppsland. First, an indigenous-led interactive bushfire app. It's not just an alert application. It helps transmit cultural fire knowledge, connects people with community histories, and supports cultural resilience. The design includes interactive models for cultural burning, fire stories, and safety practices, giving both indigenous and wider communities a shared window into this knowledge. Second, a cultural bushfire learning center. This would be a space with low-carbon, fire-resistant architecture, belonging workshops, storytelling, and AR or VR experiences to immerse victors in both ecological understanding and cultural wisdom. It will foster new cultural leadership and encourage young people to engage with country. Reference list. Thank you for listening.